Todos los que hemos trabajado en esto, hemos trabajado pensando.
All of us who have worked on this project have done so with the idea that this project must be beneficial, that it must be useful to the biopark and to the community of Cuenca. So we have here 8 posters out of the 25 we have created that will be displayed throughout the entire biopark. There are some incredible photos here, truly beautiful, spectacular photos that the students have taken.
¿Cuántos estudiantes son especialistas en biología, en las ciencias? 1, 2, 3. 3 de 11. ¿Cuántos estudiantes son muy emocionados de la biología? Todos.
Ernesto is just so passionate about what he loves. That really touches me because I wish I can have that same sort of passion for something.
The ecosystem that I focused on was the dry forest. And at first I wasn't too fond of it. Thought it was a little bit boring. But now I think that it's incredibly interesting and it has so much to offer. And I think that right there is the importance because it completely changed my perception of how I think of the dry forest. And I think that's what we're really trying to do with other people, is to get them to change their perceptions of ecosystems too, so that eventually they can do something to help change our environment as well.
It's such a hands-on experience. So whether it's the week of traveling around the southern part of Ecuador and walking in the mountains, walking in the mud, talking to the people, or whether it's being here at the Bioparque feeding the lions or meeting with people from Cuenca who want to be involved with this, it's the classic example of education directly related to results. Everybody's talked about the passion that Ernesto brings to this project, but it's the passion also of people like Narcisa and Myra in learning Spanish and sharing the culture of being here that all ties together in a way that I've never seen in any other educational program.
Well, I think my biggest thing has been the reintroduction into science as an interesting subject, and then also Ernesto's attention to what I personally wanted to learn and putting me into a field that I was very interested in and making sure I got to play with the turtles and the tortoises and the sea turtles and everything and paying close attention to detail in that aspect. And he did that with almost everybody here, with Julie and the spiders and everybody else in there.
Students learn because they care, they love something. I think the problem with most traditional education is that all the rewards and all the motivations are external. You know, you'll get this grade, you'll get this reward, you'll graduate with honors, you'll get a job. But the only thing that really makes people learn is what's internal. And that's, if they develop a passion for something, that's what learning is. If you don't have internal passion, then all you're doing is spending your life jumping through other people's hoops. So to see that realized, especially among students who aren't biology majors, is something incredible. It's something really extraordinary.
From my experience here at the zoo is the ability to take things that are usually condensed into a verbal form in a textbook, to then expand it and look at the real live interactions and be able to see for myself how different animals interact or how different plants survive in a given condition and ecosystem. And from that, I feel like my memory is able to hold on to it more because it has more personal connection. And I think that Ernesto has been amazing in applying that very simple and easy model by just walking around the zoo or by going on our week-long field trip.
The way I learn best is by actually doing it, which is exactly what we've got to do here, both within our trips to the field and with our just day-to-day life here at the zoo. We walk around the zoo almost every day. We see all the animals, we observe them all, we interact with them, we feed them, and if anything, this has been the best learning experience, the best way that I could learn here in Ecuador.
I'm a biochem major. And I honestly, one of the reasons I chose Ecuador is that I wanted nothing to do with biochemistry for a semester. And I mean, of course, there were draws to Ecuador as a place in and of itself. But while here in the zoo part, especially with the biology and biodiversity, I realized that it was actually possible to look at big ecosystem type things and conservation of the rainforest and species and all sorts of that kind of stuff, and also look at the really small molecular stuff that I'm interested in.
Everything that happens here makes sense in the ways that things made sense when I was a little girl, because this zoo puts education and the well-being of the animals before profit and before entertaining people. And the ultimate goal is to get animals back into their natural habitats. They've already released Andean bears back into their natural habitats.
So in major, the biggest things I've learned is how close to nature we all are at all times. Just because I only took one biology class at Lewis and Clark before this, and so it was really great for me to have that hands-on experience, because I don't think that I would have been as interested if I would have just had a regular biology class with a lab or something.
And they have to write the text in English and also in Spanish. And as you saw a few minutes ago, they didn't really prepare the whole thing, just spontaneously. They can talk about their jobs here for any time. You know, it's just so rich in experience for them.
The monkeys, and we saw one that was like escaping and like running around, and it was so cool, because I've never experienced that, and I would never experience that in America or with my major. And Ecuador has allowed me to come here and to learn from Ernesto, who just has so much knowledge to share with everyone.
I think interacting with the animals and the people that come here and seeing that it can make a difference to the lives of the animals, and seeing how passionate, especially Ernesto, is about the zoo.
I think that our students have learned so much, and what it's more important for me, or most important, is that they are taking something in their heart. You know, they didn't just learn, but they have something inside their heart forever. And I really hope that they will view the world from another point of view, as I told you before. So I hope we can continue working with Bioparque.